What Caitlin Clark is doing in the WNBA is nothing short of groundbreaking. Her recent performance against the Seattle Storm was the final piece of evidence we needed. This rookie isn't just making a splash. She's taking over the league. The veterans, they're struggling to keep pace. Remember that shove from Skylar Diggins-Smith? It set off a heated debate, highlighting how some of the league's established stars are struggling to recognize the talent of this new wave. It's like a flashback to the start of the season when Kennedy Carter knocked Caitlin down. But things have changed. Caitlin isn't just playing at a higher level. She's leading the Indiana Fever on a straight path to the playoffs. And here's the real eye-opener. Even Jewell Loyd, after the Fever took down her team, refused to talk about Caitlin. She kept the focus on her own squad. Is it fear? Or have the veterans finally come to terms with the fact that Caitlin Clark is here to stay? One thing's certain. They better get ready because Caitlin Clark is on fire. With the numbers she's putting up, she's not just among the best in the league. She's playing at an MVP level. Since stepping onto the WNBA stage, Clark has been unstoppable. We're talking about an average of over 17.8 points and 8.3 assists per game. That's not just impressive for a rookie. It's elite for any player in the league. But what's truly mind-blowing is how she's rewriting the record books. Remember that game against the New York Liberty? Clark notched a triple-double with 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists, becoming the first rookie in WNBA history to pull off such a feat, and she didn't stop there. In her last game against the Seattle Storm, Clark shattered the WNBA rookie assist record, surpassing 225 assists for the season. And here's the kicker. There are still several games left to play. Now, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's evolution since the season began. It's nothing short of incredible. She's growing more confident with every game. Those early season slip-ups? They're history. Clark has learned to tune out the noise and zero in on what really matters, the game. Early on, she seemed a bit tentative, still finding her footing in the league. Mistakes happened, and at times, she appeared a bit lost on the court. But look at her now, it's like she's flipped a switch. The Caitlin Clark who dominated the college courts is back. But now she's got the experience and maturity of a seasoned pro. And what's most remarkable, she's doing it all with a smile. This blend of raw talent, relentless work ethic, and pure joy in playing is turning Clark into a bona fide WNBA superstar. But it's not just Clark who's on the rise. The Indiana Fever is transforming as a team. From a squad that struggled to avoid the bottom of the standings last season, they're now battling for a playoff spot. And much of that is thanks to how Clark elevates her teammates. Speaking of which, we can't overlook the incredible partnership Clark is forming with Kelsey Mitchell. These two are fast becoming one of the most dangerous duos in the league. In their last game against the Storm, Mitchell dropped an impressive 27 points. It's like we're witnessing the birth of the WNBA's very own Splash Sisters. This brings us to a crucial issue: the attitude of some league veterans towards rookies, particularly Caitlin Clark. It's troubling to see how certain experienced players struggle to acknowledge and respect emerging talent. The incident with Skylar Diggins-Smith is a perfect example. And let's not forget how Kennedy Carter took Clark down at the start of the season in a way that many viewed as unnecessary and even dangerous. The WNBA needs to step up and address this behavior more seriously. Implementing stricter penalties like fines for unsportsmanlike conduct would be a good start. This isn't just about protecting rookies. It's about fostering a league where talent is respected, no matter the player's age or experience. Clark has proven on the court that she belongs here, and that should be celebrated, not challenged. At the end of the day, this kind of competitiveness could actually benefit the WNBA, sparking more interest, more conversations, and ultimately, bringing more visibility to women's basketball. But it's vital that this energy is channeled within the bounds of respect and sportsmanship. Setting that aside for a moment, I can't contain my excitement about seeing Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever in the playoffs. The Fever have gone from underdogs to legitimate contenders, and a huge part of that is thanks to Clark. Right now, they're sitting in 7th place in the WNBA standings with 13 wins and 15 losses. And guess who's right ahead of them? Diana Taurasi's Phoenix Mercury in 6th place. That's right, the same team that Clark and the Fever recently took down is now within striking distance. But what does this mean in practice? Playoffs, my friends. The Fever are inching closer to locking down a solid playoff spot, something that felt like a distant dream at the start of the season. Think about it. The Fever just defeated the Seattle Storm, a team that had beaten them 3 times this season. This victory isn't just another win. It's proof of growth, evolution, and timing. It's a clear sign that this team is peaking at the perfect moment. And at the heart of it all is Caitlin Clark. Her consistency, her leadership, her ability to elevate the entire team's performance. All of this is translating into wins when they matter the most. Clark isn't just playing for her own stats. She's playing to lead her team to the playoffs. I can't wait to see how Clark will handle the high-pressure environment of the playoffs. If she keeps playing like she is now, we could be witnessing one of the most thrilling playoff runs in WNBA history. And speaking of exciting games, I'm absolutely pumped for the upcoming matchup against the Chicago Sky. This game has all the ingredients to be one of the most watched in WNBA history. Remember the last time the Fever faced the Sky? It was pure chaos in the best way. Now, with all the hype surrounding these two teams, it's bound to be even better. You can count on that. And let's not forget, the race for Rookie of the Year between Clark and Angel Reese adds another layer of excitement to the mix. It's like there's a mini battle happening within the game itself. Clark versus Reese, rookie against rookie, 2 of the brightest stars in women's basketball going head-to-head. Clark is doing everything in her power to lock down that award. With every dominant performance and every record she breaks, she's solidifying her spot as the frontrunner. But with that comes the pressure. Every mistake is magnified, every decision scrutinized. The expectation isn't just for her to be good. It's for her to be extraordinary every single game. This final stretch of the WNBA season is shaping up to be nothing short of epic, and trust me, you do not want to miss a second of it. Every game is critical, not just for playoff spots, but for determining who will claim the Rookie of the Year title. With Caitlin Clark playing at such an elite level, every matchup has the potential to be historic. But let me ask you, are you all able to keep up with everything that's happening? Because honestly, I sometimes have to pinch myself to believe what we're witnessing. Think back to the beginning of the season. Clark entered the league as a rookie with tons of potential, but still had a lot to prove. Fast forward to now, and she's not just meeting expectations. She's dominating veterans and shattering records like it's no big deal. But here's the wildest part, this is just the beginning. Clark is still in her rookie season. Just imagine what she'll achieve with more experience, deeper chemistry with her team, and a greater understanding of the league. And it's not just about Clark. Look at how she's transforming the Indiana Fever. From being underdogs to potential playoff contenders, from a team that struggled to stay out of last place to one that now commands respect and even fear from their opponents. But I want to hear from you. What do you think is the most impressive part of Clark's journey so far? Is it her jaw-dropping stats, her leadership on the court, or maybe how she's shifting the perception of the WNBA as a whole? And think about this, if Clark is doing all this now, what can we expect when the playoffs roll around? With every victory, Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are putting a giant target on their backs. Every team in the league is now strategizing on how to stop Clark. And the pressure? It's only going to ramp up. Every game from here on out is a must-win. One misstep, one off night, and all the hard work could be in jeopardy. How will Clark handle this escalating pressure? Coach Christie's side still has some tactical adjustments to make. How can she maximize Clark's incredible talent without pushing her too hard? And let's not forget the rest of the Fever squad. They've got to keep evolving to match Clark's pace. So what do you all think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm eager to hear your take on this wild WNBA season. If you're as fired up as I am, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow and keeps us bringing you the best content on women's basketball. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single moment of this thrilling WNBA finish. I'll see you in the next video.